All right, everybody, welcome to a new snapshot from Minecraft 1.17. We're getting a second helping of the cave component of the Caves and Cliffs update with a couple things you can see beside me here. But first, before we begin, a word from our sponsor, the like button. Have you checked it out down below the video? It's really cool and interactive and clickable, and you should totally go check it out and stuff. Okay, so a couple blocks here that you can see beside me. We have a dripstone block, and we've got pointed dripstone. The thing with the dripstone block is I assume that it will grow out stalagmites and stalactites. The only issue is it doesn't seem to do that yet. Also, obviously, I would be in a dripstone cave if that were implemented. They've just put the blocks into the game. They haven't implemented the underground cave biome yet. So with this, I assume once the behavior is programmed, if it's on the floor, it'll be growing out. Oh God. Oh no. Stalagmites, right? And if it's on the ceiling, it'll be growing out a stalactite. And if you place one down, I assume it'll start to grow one. When you find the biome, it'll probably have them pre-generated. But that doesn't seem to be implemented in yet. I've had this thing sitting in here for a while since setting up the world, and nothing has happened. There also is the question of, what if you have it like that? What does it do? Does it grow up? Does it grow down? Who knows? It's a mystery. I guess we'll only find out once it's actually implemented in the game and we do experiments. We also have the pointed dripstone. This is more what we'll be focusing on today because it has more behavior mechanics and stuff. This does not have to be placed on the dripstone block. You can place it on stone. You can place it on sort of whatever. It seems like it abides by normal block placing rules, except that you can stack it and it'll form larger and larger stalagmites. I'm just going to clarify right now. I was right, but I just had to be sure. Stalagmites, or if you do it from the ceiling, stalactite. And then once you get to 4 blocks, it kind of keeps its shape and just expands down. And then they can actually touch tips, which is cool, right? Now, they actually have to be supported by a block. So if I go up here and I break that, it's going to fall down and crash to the ground, and it can damage you if that falls on your head. And I'll make one fall on my head in just a minute. I have a whole rig built out right over there. Just a Looney Tunes-esque piston trap. But anyway, that said, a couple more behaviors. As you can see, they're actually dripping water, and this happens with or without a water source block on top. But according to the changelog, if you have a water source block on top, it can slowly fill a cauldron. Now, when I say slowly, I mean really, really slowly. This has been sat here for about half an hour, and the cauldron has not filled up a level. So I'm not entirely convinced it's a great water source, unless, of course, it's a bug due to the snapshot. On the other hand, the other ones that do not have water source blocks above them, this is the only one with that, they're dripping water still, but as you can see, all the cauldrons are empty. However, this one would not fill because it doesn't have a water source block. So even though it looks the same with the water dripping, only the one with the actual water source block would be filling up the cauldron. Maybe they should accelerate the pace just a little bit because this is taking ages. That said, you can also change it up by putting lava above the dripstone. And then, as you can see, you might have caught a glimpse of it as I was flying around. Eventually, when it drips, there we go, it'll be dripping lava instead of water. And because cauldrons can now hold lava, it can eventually, at some point in the next millennia, fill up the cauldron with lava. So, kind of cool stuff. And again, this I just laid it out as you might see it in a dripstone cave with the stalagmites might be growing on the ground and stalactites up on the ceiling and stuff. Now, as we saw in the preview during the Minecraft Live events, they had a zombie fall onto one of the stalagmites and it took damage. Now, this could be a possible good way to do mob farms. It's not constant damage though, right? So if I jump onto here, it didn't do anything because I didn't technically fall a block. I jumped up to the block. However, if I do this, I will keep taking damage until I unalive. Hence the bed there. I planned this out very well in advance. So it will do damage, and it if you fall onto one, it really accelerates the amount of damage that you would otherwise take. So this is a 6-block drop, as you can see right here, and we're gonna fall with full health, brand new, in survival, onto that. RIP. So 6 blocks is all it takes for full 20 health. So they're very damaging. If you happen to fall on one, wow. Now it's don't mine straight down because you might mine into a dripstone cave and land on one of those, and that's gonna hurt. You can't really save yourself there because it's instant. At least with lava, you have a chance. So all the more reason to abide by the #1 rule of Minecraft. On the other hand, let's move over here to our Looney Tunes trap, and if we stand on the big red box and we do this, it's kind of like a chain reaction, like machine gun damage, as one hits with the major damage impact and then the rest kind of follow it. But it seems to be primarily based on the distance of the first block that hits you. So if I replace this here, and I only have the single one, that single one, it doesn't seem to be mass based, right? Like obviously that over there seems like it would hurt really badly because it's very heavy. However, this one single small block, because it now has more distance to fall, hurts a lot. So it seems like the follow-up ones just kind of do little bits of damage as they hit you after the fact versus it acting like a larger mass that just flattens you. So that's how the behavior seems to go. And I'll do it one more time just because I might as well make use of my redstone because I don't do it much anymore. Don't worry, there will be more opportunities once the wireless redstone starts to happen. But there we go. You can also cause the stalactites, we're really keeping this straight now. You can cause the stalactites to fall by throwing a trident at them. Kind of cool, kind of cool. I didn't want to fully get rid of it, because that would be damaging to the cave environment. But there we go. And that's a way that you can collect some of the pointed dripstone if you're in survival, just want to quickly have a way to break them down, and then you could use it for a mob trap, something like that. I'm sure there will be a good way to use it in a mob trap. I'm trying to think of exactly what that is because, again, it doesn't constantly damage, which is what I was thinking might be really useful for spiders, right? But a spider would still have to fall onto it in order to take damage, so it would just kind of be an alternative in order to compact a zombie spawner, right? Like you would actually have the spawner within spawning range, potentially, without having to do the whole water elevator to drop them back down. Instead, they could just fall straight down onto the spikes and either be left over with half a heart or something, or be fully unalive so you can just collect the resources, whatever floats your boat. But that's pretty much it for the dripstone for now, until they add more and bring in the biome. But there's still a few more like miscellaneous changes. Bundles got a slight change to how they work. So adding items is still the same. You right-click on them in your inventory. But now, when you right-click over an empty square in an inventory, it just drops one of the items instead of emptying the bundle as a whole. On the other hand, if I add everything back into it, and then I bring it into my inventory, and I right-click, it just yeets everything onto the ground. Which I'm debating if that's good or not, because I have this feeling someone is going to be standing in front of a lava pool just thinking about inventory, sorting things out, and they're going to accidentally right-click their bundle, and they're just going to toss everything into the lava. So I don't know about this one, but at least for now, it's how it is. So keep it in mind if you're thinking about how to manage your inventory, and then you want to, you're like, oh, I'd rather not have added that to the bundle. Don't do it in front of lava. That's all. Okay? Cool. Glad we could have that talk. Small little tweak to candles here. Now they have to be placed on a block, at least at first. You can still break the block underneath and they'll float, but you can't place them down floating to begin with. I'm sure you can hear my mouse click. I'm trying to. They're not going down, so just there you go. Minor, but worth pointing out, I guess. This is a bit of a fix and change since last time with freezing. So obviously if we go into survival here and go into the powdered snow, I'm going to start to freeze. Now, if I'm wearing any piece of leather armor at all, not a full set, just any piece, then I won't freeze anymore. So you can see that as soon as I take them back off, the freezing effect starts again, and then put them back on, and it backs off. So I don't know, maybe they figured that having to wear the full set of leather armor might have been a bit excessive, and obviously that's going to be an issue for protection if you're facing other enemies in the snowy environment as well. So you can kind of just go back to wearing the leather boots, and you'll be good because you can walk on it and you won't freeze. And finally, we've got just a few little texture changes here. You might have noticed the candle already, but some long-time ones here. The clock got a nice little update, as well as the compass looking a little shinier there with the metal. And these you might not have noticed because they're brand new blocks, but the amethyst and the budding amethyst just got updates since last time, even though I might have been able to tell that the budding amethyst got a bit of an update because it didn't look very different from the amethyst, but I don't know. I'm not super familiar with this since it was only added a couple snapshots ago anyway. But there we have it. That's it for this new Minecraft snapshot. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Once again, make sure to check out our sponsor, the like button below the video. If you liked, also subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more updates and stuff like that. We'll keep checking out the snapshots as they're released, and hit the bell. Then you can be even more sure you'll get the new vids and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Playlist in the description if you want to catch any of the previous snapshot updates if you missed them. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.